First of all, I want to say that I am very disappointed not to be at the church in person today, but yesterday I came down with what seems like the flu. And the second thing is if I have a sneezing fit or a coughing fit in the midst of this, I hope you will be patient because I've been doing that quite a bit. But here we go. In the beginning. In the beginning. I hear these words, and already I am overwhelmed with mystery. I am filled with wonder. What was in the beginning? When was in the beginning? Where was in the beginning? Who was in the beginning? Even was there a who in the beginning? I am filled with wonder at the multitude and diversity of creation stories that humankind has told in the course of our history. There are the ones from the Middle East that predate the ones found in the book of Genesis, some with similarities significant enough to cause one to wonder to what extent the Genesis stories may have been a cultural and theological rewriting of earlier ones. There are the creation stories that feature the gods of the ancient Greeks and Romans. There are the origin stories of the First Nations peoples of Turtle Island, as well as the origin stories of Aboriginal peoples in just about every other part of Earth. There are the Big Bang and evolution stories told by present-day scientists. Have they finally penetrated in the beginning? Or are their theories just more signposts along the way of wonderment? Have we reached the end of our journey to our beginning? Or are we still very much in need of stars to guide us there? We humans have wondered and wondered and wondered. We have come up with some very imaginative ideas about in the beginning. Sometimes we have delighted in our creativity and or discoveries. Sometimes we have been overly confident, not to mention quite arrogant about them. In the beginning was the Word. At first glance, the opening words of John's Gospel are a bit of a problem for this preacher. Indeed, preaching is often a bit of a problem for this preacher because I find words so incredibly limiting. No matter how carefully conceived and crafted, our speech, I am sure, will fall far short of articulating the mystery of either our beginning or our ending. We see but dimly into the beyondness of our earthly lives and experiences. The wisest among us know that and stay open and alert for signs of new revelations, new insights, new possibilities. Like the Magi, the wise ones try to keep their eyes on the skies. My first encounter with the prologue to John's Gospel occurred in the season of Christmas when I was quite a young child. I may be misremembering, but I think it was the year I learned to skate. Of course, I don't remember exactly what that Sunday's preacher said, but he left me with the strong impression that he knew exactly what that reading was all about. He knew, and his expectation of the congregation was that we accept his word as truth. After all, he was only expounding, I didn't know that word back then, on the Bible, and everyone knew it was the word of God and never to be disputed or challenged. In the beginning was the word. Again, I am moved to wonderment. What came before literalist preachers? What came before the Bible was written? What came before the first humans appeared on earth? Where did the first sound come from? The first communication, the first conversation. How about the first music? Who sang the first song? Who drew the first breath? Who was the first conscious participant in or witness to the unfolding of creation? But most of all, where did love come from? Always, first of all, where was love born? In this dark world. This world in which hate seems to be having such a resurgence. Where is love still being? Where are new stars appearing to light our way to love's humble dwelling places? Are we already on our way? Are we even now arriving at places of such wonderment that, as insufficient as words are, we are moved to find words to speak of that? The season of Epiphany is about finding ourselves on the journey between impenetrable beginnings and unknowable endings. It is about light. It is about journeying toward the light. Sadly, it is also about getting lost and then getting back on track. It is about setting out to find a great and powerful king in a grand city, and instead finding a seemingly insignificant to history little child in humble circumstances. That's the true story, isn't it? That's the jaw-dropping, wonder-filled story. Too often, and for too long, we humans have ignored our guiding star. and detoured to dubious bright lights of human design. We have assumed that the best things, the most life-giving things, are found in places of power and growth. We have gone to such places seeking life in all its fullness, and in doing so, we have put ourselves and others in great danger. Still, the wise among us are waking up to that error. The wise among us are once again following the star. May humankind follow it in droves. May the crowd seeking to see the child be bigger than the crowd seeking fireworks at Toronto Harbour Centre and all other cities of Earth on New Year's Eve. May we arrive in droves to present each child of Earth with what they need to thrive, to grow strong, and to follow their own star. In the beginning was the Word. I mentioned earlier a time from my own childhood. The memory of it still fills me with wonderment, so I would now like to share it with you. It was after the Sunday sermon on the prologue. I had laced up my skates and was venturing with tentative steps under smooth as glass ice on Harbour Pond. The sky was blue. On one side, the hills were snow-spotted and majestic. On the other, the mostly white clapboard houses of Keels bellowed plumes of smoke into the sky. There were other children skating as well, but I ignored them. I needed to concentrate on getting all the way to the far end of the pond. Then came a voice, clear and sure, from within. Amazingly, this little girl. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. I had found my cadence. I had found my stride. I was on my way. Unbelievably, after so many years, to be here with you. Hearing again, in the beginning. So, my friends, after so many words, I hope to leave you with at least one. Wonder.